Hey y'all, and welcome back to Flo's Corner. So in this video I am going to be showing you how to make heart-shaped candied grapes. This has been a most requested video, and I know you guys have been seeing this big trend when it comes to candy grapes. Just a quick disclaimer that this is not made for a customer, just for me and my kids to consume. So unlike any of my other candy grape videos, I am not going to be showing like the cleaning process or anything like that. I do have lots of candy grape videos out there that shows a full detail, so definitely check that out. I'll make sure to leave it in the description box below. But here I just finished washing my grapes. Now I am going to dry them off with a paper towel. Because heart-shaped candy grapes normally takes two different grapes to make one, then you're going to need a little bit more of grapes than you would if you were just making them in a single fashion. So you're pretty much tilting your grape, and then you are going to be cutting it diagonally at the bottom. So it should look like a little slant cut, if you understand what that means. So pretty much just tilt your grape a little bit to the side, more so to your left, and you're going to cut it right at the bottom diagonally. My apologies. If you're a righty, then you are going to tilt your grape to the left and cut at the bottom right of the grape. If you're a lefty, you're going to tilt to the right and cut at the bottom left. And you're going to cut both of your grapes the same way, because when you put them together, then they're going to form the shape of a heart. So here I'm just going to show it multiple times. You're going to see me cutting it diagonally, and then I'm going to take the other grape and cut it as well. And you can see that they form the shape of a heart. Now, I honestly don't care whether I cut where the natural hole is, where they were with the stem, or you cut on the top of the grape. Either or works fine for me. Most of the time I try to size up the grapes as much as I can, because sometimes they look a little bit funky when they're not of the same size or just at least close to. And it's just my preference. I mean, honestly, you can do it whichever way that you feel, but obviously we're in the process of making it heart shaped, so why not try to get it right the first time? I love that you can be so creative when it comes to candy grapes. Honestly, you can make something so simple look so extravagant, honestly. And I love making the heart ones around Valentine's Day or just in general. Honestly, I make them here and there just to wow my customers, and they always love it. It's just honestly something I love to do. So I'm just going to speed it up a bit right here just to get the rest of them done. And this part now is very crucial, and that is just drying off the part that we cut. Or even if all of the grape feels a little bit more moist, you just want to take away all of that moisture, because you guys know any moisture that goes into your candy mixture when it is boiling hot and done will have it seize up, and we don't want that. So that is definitely recommended, being that we already cut some of the grapes, and obviously when you cut grapes it's going to get more moisture, it's going to get nice and juicy, and you want to make sure that all that moisture is away. So you all know that when I do my candy grapes, I don't freeze them at all, and I do the same when it comes to the heart shaped as well. I don't feel that there's a need to freeze them or anything like that. So because you're going to be piercing two grapes at a time, I always recommend using skewers. This will definitely minimize you burning yourself, because you do not want to get any of that candy mixture on your skin, trust me. So this part is fairly easy. So pretty much you are going to place two of the grapes into a heart shape, and you're going to take your skewer, insert in one of side of the grapes, and you're going to make sure that it goes to the other side of the other grape, not to the point where it pierces outside of the grapes, because like I said, we don't want any moisture, but just enough that they both hold steady. If you happen to pierce the other side, don't fret, just move it back a little bit and just wipe off the excess. Place it on your mat and head off to your next one. So we're going to do the same here. Get your heart shape that you desired and pierce it through one grape and to the other. Just a quick tip I have is to make sure that you are pushing it through to the second one almost to the end, just not to pierce outside, because when I used to do this in the beginning, I used to feel a little bit scared every time I pierced my grapes, like they were just going to come out the other side. But when it comes to the heart-shaped ones, you really have to make sure that both of them are on there good and sturdy. So here I'm just going to show you guys a different angle on what it looks like if you was to put your grapes on each other at a different angle. So here you have a heart shape, and this is what it's going to look like if you turn that grape the other way. It's funny. It's a funny looking shape. I don't even know what kind of shape that is, but no, turn it the other way around. So pretty much both of the diagonal cuts are supposed to touch each other and at the bottom to form the heart, if you guys understand my drift. So always remember, when making the heart-shaped candied grapes, you are going to need more grapes because you know it takes two grapes to make one shape. So always remember that. You guys always know I like to add extra just in case I've had any fails or anything like that. But now we're going to go on to our candy mixture. You guys know my handy dandy candy mixture recipe by now. If you don't know, check out all my other videos because my mixture never changes. You guys know I do 2 cups of sugar, a half a cup of water, and 1/4 cup of corn syrup. Also, like I say in all of my videos, if you have used this recipe, definitely let me know, y'all. Let me know in the comments how it came out. Do you feel that the mixture works well for you? Is it too thick? Is it too thin? Let me know, y'all. Like this video. Definitely keep me in touch, and I want to know if this is helping you in any way. I would truly appreciate that. And also remember that I do have a playlist of candy fruit. So strawberries, pineapples, grapes, anything you want to know is all on a playlist where you can watch all of them. And I show you how to make different candied fruits. So definitely check that out, y'all. So once all of your ingredients are in your pot, then you are just going to give it a good stir to get all of that sugar as incorporated with that water and corn syrup as much as possible. So for these grapes in particular, I decided that I wanted to incorporate 2 colors. I don't know, that was just something I thought of for the moment. So I'm going to start off my mixture with some whitener. I'm going to use this because I wanted some of them to be white, and then I'm going to add another color for my grapes. So with the whitener, I didn't want to use too much. I just used like maybe about, I'm going to say a dime size amount of whitener to get it started. Sometimes I feel like I don't like using so much whitener because sometimes it does change the consistency of your candy mixture. If you have made white, just definitely let me know if you've noticed that sometimes the whitener tends to change the candy mixture. I don't know, maybe it's me, I don't know. So I just think like a dime size amount is just enough. So don't forget that you're going to need your candy thermometer. You're going to place that at the side of your pot. This one I just purchased at my local Walmart. Very cheap, very inexpensive. So definitely get you one of those. And make sure that the candy thermometer doesn't hit the bottom of the pot to give you a false reading. So now we're going to place it onto our stove. I have this here on medium, which is about a number 6. Here I decided to actually do a small little time lapse where you guys can see it's starting to bubble, and that you don't need to stir. You just leave it as is until it gets to 250 degrees, and that's when I like to add my flavoring. So I'm going to be using the Loran Oils cotton candy. I love this cotton candy one. It's one of my favorites. I only use a little, maybe about half a gram, and it gives it just enough flavor. Once it hits 300 degrees, then we're going to remove it. Okay, so here I'm just going to be setting up, trying to get my grapes and everything in order. Got to do this pretty quickly because that mixture will start to harden and we do not want that. So here we go. So I'm going to dip a couple of them in the white because I told you I wanted to make it two-tone. And I did have some single grapes that I wanted to dip as well just to give it a little bit fuller, but it's okay. So here you're going to see we are going now to dip our heart shape candy grapes, and it is very simple. It's the same exact way that you would dip your regular single grapes. Honestly, there is no science to it. I like propping up the pot because it just makes it easier where it dips directly into it, and you can turn it if you want or however, and it gets it full coverage. So pretty much that's it. I mean, look at it. It just goes in so easy. Just shake off the excess, and that is pretty much it. The hardest part was making the heart shapes. Obviously, it is really not hard dipping them at all, but I am going to show you a couple of fails so you guys can see what happens sometimes when you are dealing with the 2 grapes on the skewer when you're trying to make your heart-shaped candy grapes. So I pretty much decided I wanted to keep a couple of them white. I just kept dipping until I felt, I don't know, satisfied with how many I wanted white. And then I'm going to use some red to give I don't really want to call it a marble look. I wasn't really going for a marble look. I wanted just like abstract kind of red and white look, some dark, some light, some whatever. Honestly, I told you, I just be having a vision in my head and that's it. I don't know, I just try to play it out in some way and you guys will see in a couple of minutes, I mean a couple of seconds, what I mean. So pretty much this is the Joe food coloring, which is in super red, and I just did a little drops inside of the white, and then I'm going to take my spoon and kind of just move it around. Like I said, I don't know. I don't really call it a marble look. I just wanted to have this like funky abstract look or however, kind of like that. So this one has like a lot of red in it, you know, and then the next one is going to have a little bit less red in it. Like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It be one of those things where you just have to trust the process because I know y'all probably be watching the video like, what on planet Earth does she have in her mind? And however, but I had a certain type of thing I was trying to go for. I mean, you already seen in the thumbnail and the beginning of the video what it kind of sort of looked like. So, I mean, y'all see, it's just trust the process. That's it and that's all, honey. So I'm also going to show you guys a couple of fails that I was trying to tell you when I do sometimes my candied heart-shaped grapes. So I'm going to show you here that sometimes it just happens. And as you can see right there, the other half of the grape did fall off. And sometimes this is due to the mixture starting to get more thicker and stuff. It's not as lucid as it was when I first started dipping. So sometimes gravity just wins, and that's pretty much what happened. And that one as well, it just fell right on off, and I was like, well, heck, I'm still gonna dip it. But yes, this tends to happen sometimes, and it's not a big deal. This is why I always say to make extra grapes because you just never know which one will fall or come off. It even happens when you're making the single ones as well. So always be prepared because you just never know. Like I said, this wasn't made for any customer or anything like that, which was fine. But I just wanted to show you guys what can also happen. And even if you were making it for a customer, and I just want you guys to know to always be prepared so that you don't have to start over or anything like that. But I'm just going to finish dipping the rest of my grapes and I'll show you guys the end result. And also, I just wanted to say that I don't know where the sun went. It was really sunny, and then I guess it went behind a cloud. So it's not going to give you as good lighting as I thought it was because I'm going to show you guys what it looks like on the mat. And it wasn't doing it for me until the sun came back out. And then I got the best shots. So honestly, this is what they look like. I added a bunch of candy to it because you gotta have that aesthetic when it comes to candied fruit. And obviously, whatever color scheme that you're going for, it's always beautiful when you add the color scheme of candy to top it off. And voila, look how beautiful they are. Like I said, the sun wasn't coming out at the time I wanted it, but it came out now. And this is what my heart-shaped candied grapes look like. So are you guys getting that whole abstract look that I was talking about? I think so, right? Or maybe not. But there it is. I got a lot of pop of color of red, different shades of red and pink and white. And yeah, it was exactly what I thought it was going to look like. But I really, really hope this tutorial was helpful. Please like this video and definitely tell me if you tried this recipe and how to make these heart-shaped candy grapes. If you tried it and how it came out, definitely leave that in the comment down below. I really hope that this was fun for all of you, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Thanks for watching. Yum yum. Bye.